All right, Capricorn, here we go. October 2025. This is actually take two. I'm laughing because I said, hey, Capricorn, how's it going? I forgot the month on take one. Here we go. That's not encouraging. Let's cut the deck here. Ah. Well, maybe it's important to you. I kept thinking it was November. So maybe a lot of what's going to happen here in this reading plays out for some of you in November. Everything matters. This is the way energy works. So keep in mind. I told you about my blooper for a reason, so we'll see. Bottom of the deck, the theme energy for you, we just cut the cards. So the theme energy for you for October 2025, maybe November, I don't know. For some reason, you're my 10th reading in. If I don't know it's October by now, if these readings are October, I got a problem. Somebody feels in a hurry to tell you something. This is a type of energy I get. Somebody on their deathbed about to tell you, never told you how they feel, and then all of a sudden they do. I'm not saying somebody is on their deathbed. I'm just saying these energies together can be that. It can be somebody who desperately wants to see you, like they're willing to fly you in across the world to tell you what they need to tell you, eye to eye. Something like that, okay? I think it's a little less dramatic than that. I think somebody just feels like they need to tell you quick. This could also be an energy, if we're to take the Halloween morbid aspect out of it, this could also be an energy of you're about to get married and somebody runs into the church or whatever and yells, "Stop this wedding." Right? It's a bit of that. You know that old thing they used to put in, I don't know if they still do, where they ask does anybody have any objection to this union or whatever. Well, this is the energy of somebody standing up and they're objecting in your direction, so they'd be objecting to your union. Maybe you're about to meet somebody else, maybe they think you have, I don't know. I'm just trying to give you the energy there. All right, and again, because of my little blooper, this is take two. It might play out in November, I don't know. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's see where we go. Give me the soulmate cycle for Capricorn for the month of October, I remember, 2025. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. But if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. All right? And sure as fuck, your reading might play out in November because I just fucking told you. So, don't be surprised. What does that mean for my November reading, Steve? Well, you get a bonus. I don't think it pushes everything a month. I think your November reading in that case would be like a double read, right? I don't know. All right, here we go. Okay, we're ready. I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. Bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this pyramid I'm going to throw here, upside down one, right, is the Hermit. I can't resist. I've got to see what's fueling it. God, this is so... What in the fuck? You have a connection that's awakening, and it's awakening in a big way. I don't think it's inside or inside. I don't think it's within you. I think you already knew about it. I think somebody's waking up. I don't know. It could be both of you. I can't tell. I'm just being honest. There's too many. These general readings kill me sometimes because there's multiple people watching. People expect you to be the amazing Kreskin and say the exact thing. For some of you, you have no idea that this connection exists and you're both popping into existence at the same time with a connection. For others of you, this is like a runner who finally woke up but it's a little too late on your side. And hence that King of Cups and Knight of Swords from the cut cards, right? And what I said about that, where they spring into the church and go, "Stop this wedding," that kind of a thing. I don't know, man. Everything I've said is valid. Take it as it resonates. Okay? I mean, if you've got somebody on their deathbed right now, they're probably getting close with these types of energies showing up. So keep that in mind. It is what it is. All right, let's go. But for most of you, this is a really powerful soul connection. I won't say a highly spiritual one. Somebody doesn't want me to say that anymore. Somebody said something on Twitter about that. Why do you always have to be spiritual? I get you, but they are spiritual. I just call the readings like I see them. I feel the energy, and I tell you, I'm just a reporter. I'm just reporting on the news. I don't make the news, okay? Huey Lewis does that. Anyway, let's see where we go here. This is how this person feels about you, this person springing into the church, metaphorically speaking. Stop this wedding. I love Steve's viewer. Okay. All right. Well, I do too, but I'm not going to stop their wedding. All right. Here's how they feel about you. Here's how they see you. And here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I can't predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify whatever needs clarifying, and we'll probably throw some cards at the end just for shits and giggles. All right, let's go. How do they feel about you? It's just very, oh my God. It's what I said. It's brand new. 3 of Pentacles. Look at the kids. Like, brand new. 3 of Pentacles. This is unreal. I think somebody, I already see this, the 3 of Cups. Yeah. The feelings, that's the most feelings I could, well, that's a lot of feelings. It's not the most feelings I can pull from the deck, but it is somebody whose feelings are flowing. It implies they weren't before on some level. What else? There's also a third party here. It's not always a third party energy, but there's something here. Oh, you're going to give me a challenging Capricorn reading, are you? All right, fickle little gal universe. 7 of Wands. See, I said it's been held back. What did I say? Rewind. I read the energy first and I pull the cards. Any fucker can pull cards and then read energy. I'm not just any fucker. I'm a special fucker. Okay? Yeah, well, what else? The Hangman. Yeah, this has been suspended. It's what I said. Somebody either woke up to a connection, or somebody hasn't told you how they felt and they're about to kick off or about to change their life in some way or about to move or leave the area and they need to tell you. There's some sort of urgent feelings that have been dormant for a long time that all of a sudden are flowing now. 3 is the flow of water. There's been a third energy here that's been in the way of why they haven't said anything. Now, a third energy doesn't always mean a person. Remember that when you're watching other people's readings. Because not everybody knows about energy. I mean, and they might have a special ability, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. Right? It's like handing somebody a lightsaber and they just start swinging it all over the fucking place. And third, everything is energy. So if you're picking up a third party off a card, which you don't always do, but you might off the 3 of Cups, it might be a thing that's in the way. It could be a mailbox. It could be a dog. It could be a situation. That's an energy. It could be anything. It's not always a person. So something, I can't tell what it is. It's too many people watching, was getting in the way here. But also, it could be this person's own fear of being vulnerable that got in the way. Biases and things like that. Sometimes a soul connection will awaken, and two people come together, have a soul recognition, and one of them just doesn't believe in that kind of stuff. I love people that don't believe in things that happen right in front of them. You know, or think that because they don't believe in it, it doesn't happen. You know, there's lots of stuff. People don't believe in stuff that doesn't happen. There's people that don't believe in greenhouse gases. They fucking happen it. Okay? You know, I'm sorry if you don't believe in it, or you think Mikos Cassadine is controlling the weather with a machine. I'm sorry about all that, but you know, the reality is, shit's there whether you believe in it or not. You know, all we got to do is look at the planet Venus and see what happens when greenhouse gases go crazy. That being said, we've got some greenhouse gases. We got somebody here who now is forced to admit something, is my point. They're now forced to it. You know, think of, if you don't like my other analogy, think of Superman. Right? All the scientists warned Krypton was going to blow up. And the people were like, no. They came up with conspiracy theories about all kinds of easy ways. No, it's not. It's just the Earth. It's just the Krypton's cracking and doing whatever. They were forced to believe it when the fucker blew up, weren't they? Somebody here has been very conspiracy theoried about your connection or suspicious of it. I don't know why. I don't know why people get like this. Probably because of the old adage that the truth is harder to face than lies. Lies are always easy to believe. They're devil energy. They're junk food energy. Somebody's ate the junk food and now they're having to taste the real food. Now they're forced to be on a real food diet here. All right, so somebody's forced to feel this connection. At the end of the day, they can't ignore it. They cannot ignore it. All right, okay. How do they see you? Well, I like this. Strength, passion, lust. What's that? What else? 3 of Swords. Wow. They see you as something they can't lose. They see you as if you get away, okay, they feel a lot of passion for you. When they think about you, this is what they think when they think about you. They think, I can't lose this. There's a lot of passion flaring up here. And they think that they take one look at you and go, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to miss that. Hence what I said in the beginning, in the cut cards with the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords, the urgency with which they need to tell you how they feel. Yeah, somebody's woken up here. In my Krypton analogy, it's a little late if you figure it out right while the thing's blowing it up. It's kind of what's happening here. The Krypton's blowing up and somebody's figured out, oh wow, what the hell was I thinking all that time, right? It is what it is. It's more helpful if you wakey a little before that happens, right? I think that's valid in this situation. I think you might feel it's a little too late with this person. We're getting a lot of that in the October readings, all right? Potential final outcome right here. Yeah, 7 swords. Your potential final outcome is 7 swords. I think it's a bit of a much for you. I think this person, whoever it is, whether it's the deathbed person or it's someone busting in the church or the whatever, yeah, they've woken up. Their own biases kept them. They kept a distance from it. The feelings freaked them out, so they came up with some other kind of reason why they have feelings. Again, the old theory of the truth is too hard to look at or too complicated to look at, but lies are very easy because it's devil energy. It's junk food, just like Twinkies are easier to eat than fucking broccoli. Is no difference. It's the same kind of thing. That being said, I think it's a little, you're trying to sneak away from this. It's a little too late, or you don't believe it. You're inclined not to believe it. That's possible too. You think there might be an ulterior motive here. You think words might come out of your mouth like, this is something you should have said a long time ago. It might be a bit of that. Either way, there is an opportunity for a new beginning with something pretty powerful, pretty damn spiritual, even though somebody doesn't want me to say that. These are 2 very spiritual energies right here, all right? It's a powerful connection. It does lead me to believe this might be less of, well, there's a lot of lust here. I don't know. But that can be also passion. A family member can feel a lot of passion for somebody. It doesn't have to be romantic passion, but there's a lot of love energy here. Can we put it that way? It could be a family member. It's definitely a higher patriarch or matriarchal type energy, if it is. Probably patriarchal based on that. Let's clarify. Let's see. They got a new perspective on those feelings. I want to see why they waited so long. Let's find out. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. See where we go. Let's see where we're at. Did I just do a reading and mention Mikos Cassadine? That's fucking funny. It's an old General Hospital plot where Mikos, this Greek guy, had an evil weather machine, and he controlled the weather in Port Charles, which was their town. I used to watch it after school. I practiced guitar to General Hospital. I was in like first grade, second grade or something when that was. I don't even, yeah, first or second grade. Holy crap. That was a long time ago. All right. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. We are in a bit of a Krypton situation here on Earth. I hope people wake up pretty soon. Here we go. 2 of Wands, crossing the 7 of Wands right there. Somebody always wanted to. Somebody would set the intention, then check it out. Somebody would, it's just the way it is. What's on top here? The 8 of Wands, yeah. Somebody always wanted to reach out and talk to you. They just always set the intention and, they were going to do it. Now they're going to do it. Now they feel like they want to do it. But now the feelings have pushed past a breaking point. They've been pushed to the limit. Now somebody's too much. It's too much in their feelings. They're at a breaking point. So they're probably going to tell you how they feel. All right? They certainly don't want you to get away, and they might think that they've hurt you, which in turn feedbacks on them and brings the love energy up. It might make it feedbacks, if they think that they hurt you, it feedbacks on them and makes them more passionate about you, opens the heart chakra and increases the Empress energy. See? It's that kind of a thing. All right, 7 of Swords. Let's just get to it. It is what it is. It's one of those readings. This kind of shit happens all the time, especially in soulmate connections. It happens in the world, but it happens in soulmate connections all the time. It's happened a lot in this particular soulmate cycle. It's too much love. It's too much. It's too fucking spiritual. It's too much of a big emotional big deal for the DM side in particular in this soulmate cycle to handle. So they come up with all kinds of crazy reasons why it's not real or why they should run from it. It's a common scenario. It's the basis of this whole soulmate cycle. Why is the Seven of Swords here? All right, Three of Wands, crossing it. You're tempted. You're tempted by this. It's very tempting. It's an opportunity. This is something you might have wanted at one time. You might have liked this person at one time. I don't know. You're tempted by this. You're suspicious of it, and rightly so, I think. What's on top? The Lovers. You're tempted by it. Yeah, you are. You don't believe it, though. You think, yeah, I don't know. There's some sort of, you think there's an ulterior motive here. I'm going to try and get you an answer. Why is the Lovers here? The Seven of Swords. Yeah. One of two things. Either there is an ulterior motive. This person's prone to lying, prone to crazy town behavior, prone to being a Burger King, got to have it their way. They might be a narcissist. You might be leery of this person. That's one possibility, in which case you're right. Seven of Swords is a feedback loop, right? Your instincts are correct. Or, and don't get offended, all right? Oh, don't get offended. Or, take it as it resonates. You're suspicious of this because you yourself have not told this person fully how you feel, right? And now that they've told you how they feel, you feel pressured like that you want to, and you don't really want to. That's the other possibility. It's one or the other. All right, take it as it resonates. What's the bridging energy? The High Priestess. I think most of you haven't told this specific person how you feel fully. And you feel guilty about that. There's a little bit of guilt about that, maybe, when they confess their feelings. Don't assume you know who this person is. It doesn't have to be your runner, okay? This could be a family member. This could be a very, very high level, probably patriarch in the family. Maybe it's your father. You and your father never had that kind of thing, or grandfather, or something along those lines. I do not know. It could be a passed on ancestral energy trying to get a hold of you, and you wake up. You have it in your dreams, and you wake up feeling just incredibly guilty, and you don't know why. You don't know how to place it. This is how you place it, okay? All right. Whatever it is, it's probably someone here in the 3D plane. It's probably someone here who chose not to express their feelings for you because they didn't want to. They had a hard time. They were vulnerable about it, or your feelings freaked them out too much. This is a very, very powerful connection. These two right here, these types of things come in, it can freak somebody out. You've already had some kind of soul recognition with this person, most of you. It is what it is. But your final outcome, definitely, that's the way it flows for sure, what I said, okay? People do this kind of stuff all the time. If the truth is there's a lot of love here, okay? I'll pull on it. I will. I'll clarify the Three of Cups. I'll do it a little odd order. I'll clarify that. There's a lot of love here, okay? That's the truth. For whatever reason, it was too hard for this person to face that truth. When that happens, if they're a lower vibrational person, not if they're a high vibrational person deals with it, right? Tries to work it out. If they're a lower vibrational person, which a lot of the DMs in this cycle are, they're King of Wands, that's how they reflect, right? They find some other explanation for it if the truth is too hard to deal with. That explanation is usually simplistic, usually somewhat crazy, and usually only makes sense to them or people in that energy, right? It is what it is. So, let's see where we go. Three of Cups. But it always makes good sense to them. It's junk food energy. The devil energy is very believable. It's very believable, whatever they told themselves. Now they're feeling there's a lot of guilt on their side about not saying anything. Always wanted to, with the Two of Wands crossing there. Now the energy is there for it. I think Pay attention to what I said in the final outcome, the two groups of you, whichever one you are. I'm pulling on the Three of Cups because now the emotions are flowing. Now they got a whole new perspective on them. I see why, right? I see why. Let's see where we go. Yeah, it's the Page of Pentacles, right? Someone's getting schooled here. Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Feedback loop with the Three of Cups. Somebody's figured something out here. I think I started to say that, then I got distracted. Somebody's figured something out here for sure. Okay? They figured out, again, I pick up a strong level of guilt, but I just keep getting the same answer. The emotions were flowing. They were afraid of them. Now they have a new perspective on it because this is where we're going. Now they can handle it. But I think it's too late for some reason. Either they're about to kick off or you're moved on to something else or your energy has changed. I'm not sure what, okay? But they were afraid of it for too long. Now they're not. And the extra Three of Cups on top tells me that the energy is really flowing. All right? That's all I got for you. That's what I got here. Make sure you don't get yourself, and make sure you learn something. Make sure you don't get yourself in these things. Don't get yourself caught in an energy of denial on anything, especially feelings. All right? I mean, I don't know. This person's a cautionary tale is my point. Whoever this person is, they tell you how they feel. However you feel about that, you feel guilty because you didn't tell them or you're suspicious of it, whatever it is. There's a lesson in this for you as well because your energy is attached to this Page of Pentacles too. You're part of this. You both have feelings, right? They're a cautionary tale, all right? So it is what it is. You don't want to be like them, emotionally speaking anyway. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.